Mrs. Gale, what are you doing?
I'm having my lunch.
Have you not watched the video on the YouTube channel about the month of Ramadan and the fact that I'm fasting?
Yeah, I've watched it.
Do you not have anything to say for yourself? I mean, I've not been eating or drinking anything at all today, and you're sat there munching away, shoving food in your mouth. Do you have anything to say for yourself?
My cheese sandwich is really good.
You are so awful.
All
Alright, shall we go on with the teaching?
Yeah, let's go.
Hello, boys and girls. What are you doing?
I was moonwalking.
You were just literally dragging your feet across the ground.
No, it's moonwalking.
That was definitely not moonwalking. Michael Jackson would not be happy with that
No,
if you were around. Right, boys and girls, it's Miss Mia and
Mrs. Gale.
hopefully you know us by now. We've got something slightly different. We've got some English. Are you ready to get started?
Yeah, let's do it.
Right, switch sides. Right, so it says here, adverb. So an adverb is a word that modifies, so that means changes, or adds additional information to the verb in the sentence. A verb, Mrs. Gale, what is it?
A verb is a doing word, but it can also be like be or is or so forth. But it's an action word, isn't it?
They're also showing actions as
Yeah.
well, those words. So what's your action for verb? Could be a moonwalk if you wanted to.
Oh, it could be
Now, we know that there are 4 different types of verbs. How many different types?
Well, there's adverbs.
Oh,
not verbs.
sorry. 4 different types of adverbs. How many different types?
There's 4 different types.
And Mrs. Gale, what are the 4 different types?
The 4 different types are manner, frequency, time, and place.
Okay, so if we do that as action, so we've got manner, so how you do something. We've got time, so when something happens. We've got frequency, is how often something happens. And place is where it happens, okay? Just want to show you there. Mrs. Gale, do you remember the actions? Frequency. Place. Manner.
That's quickly.
Time. Good, well done. So we know there are 4 different types of adverbs. So here, boys and girls, we have got a table with 16 different adverbs at the bottom. What you will need to do is the following. You need to organise these adverbs into the correct heading. And if you finish, can you add 2 of your own examples to each column? Remember, all these slides will be up on the website. So if you need to pause the video here and have a go. So we've got adverb of manner, time, place, and frequency. I will give you a quick top tip. It doesn't always work, but adverb of manner usually ends in ly, okay? But so do other adverbs, so do not be mistaken.
Yeah.
So have a go. Pause. Okay, so answers. Let's see if I put up an answer slide. Yes, I did. Well done, Miss Mia. So here we've got adverb of manner. We've got show us cautiously, Mrs. Gale.
Cautiously without thinking. Oh no, but not sure.
I just said show an action, not
I'm still eating my sandwich.
Quickly.
um,
Silently. Loudly.
let me eat my sandwich.
Don't talk with your mouth full.
Okay, right.
When the action is taking place, where, and then we've got how often. So as you can see here, lots of the adverbs of frequency also end in ly as well, so do not be mistaken. Lots of children, when they come into Hampton Junior School, always think that all adverbs end in ly, and that is not the case, okay?
Yeah.
So hopefully you got that accurate. So here we have 2 past tense questions. I've got one here, I'm going to read it to you. So it says the following. Tick the adverb, so it's just one, in the sentence below. And it says here actually, tick 1. The lively crowd cheered loudly when the rally car race began. Now this is an interesting question because they've tried to trick you here. How have they tried to trick you, Mrs. Gale?
Well, if you remember earlier, Miss Mia's tip was that some adverbs of manner end in ly. She said not all, and this is why, because they try and trick you.
Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to use our knowledge of other word classes. So mainly adjectives here. Before we do that, we know that when is not an adverb. When is not telling us when, where something is happening, how often something is happening, how it's happening, or what's the last one?
The time.
When it's actually happening. So it's not giving us any information.
And that's a conjunction there.
A subordinated conjunction.
A subordinating conjunction.
If we then carry on reading here, the word rally, so it says the rally car. So rally comes before the noun car, and that's describing the type of car it is. So we know that is an adjective, so we know it's not going to be that. And then we're left with lively and loudly. Now actually, they can both be adverbs if they were written in particular contexts.
Yeah.
But one of them is not written as an adverb. So let's have a look. The lively crowd cheered loudly. So we know, if you look back at the previous slide, a definition of an adverb is that it changes the meaning of a verb in a sentence. So let's have a look. What is the verb in the sentence, Mrs. Gale?
The verb in the sentence is cheered.
Brilliant, cheered. And we've got a word.
V above that's for the verb, to identify the verb.
Thank you. And we've got a adverb here, loudly, adverb of manner, that's describing the way someone is cheering. So they're cheering very loudly. So that word there, loudly, is your adverb. The reason why it's not lively is the following. Lively crowd. Crowd here is a noun. The word lively is describing the noun, so that is in fact an adjective. If you had the children were lively, that would be an adverb.
Yeah.
Okay?
Because you're describing what the children were like, yeah.
Okay, good. So that's question number 1. Hopefully you had a go before I modelled it. Hopefully.
Oh, yeah.
And then this is question number 2. And it says the following.
Well, they're doing the same thing here, Miss Mia. They're trying to catch you out with that ly. So you can't have that understanding that all adverbs end in ly, because
really
this
don't.
is a perfect example of why they don't.
Okay, so it says, which underlined word is an adverb? So we've got, the spring garden looks lovely, my little sister has a wobbly tooth, the clothes are folded neatly, and her brown hair is long and curly. So remember, an adverb changes the meaning of a verb. So what we're doing here is looking for a verb in the sentence. So, Mrs. Gale, let's have a look at the first one. Let's try and use that tip. Can we see a verb? So, the spring garden looks lovely.
You're just describing what the garden looks like, which is lovely, so that's an adjective.
Okay, so we know it's not that. I know looks there is a verb, but it's just describing the appearance, okay? Here, my little sister has a wobbly tooth.
Right, so the tooth is the noun. The word wobbly is describing the tooth, so again it's an adjective, wobbly.
Good. And then we're left with 2 others. So we've got the clothes are folded neatly, and her brown hair is long and curly.
Well, I'm looking for that verb.
Okay.
And actually the verb you can see is in the clothes are folded. Folded is the verb. It's telling me the action of something. They're folded. Okay.
And they're folded neatly, so it's telling you how they are folded. They're folded nice and neatly. Not like Mrs. Gale's laundry. So we know it's this one. And then here, if we look at the last one, why can it not be this? Well, her brown hair is long and curly. Long and curly, they're both describing her hair, so they are adjectives. Okay, so hopefully you managed to identify the third one as the most accurate.
Gosh, that's a nice yellow.
Yeah, I know, I like
yellow
it.
background. I hate yellow. Right. Okay.
So you hate the sun?
Okay, that's a bit drastic. No, I hate the yellow.
You
the yellow
just
pen
using the word
on
hate
the board.
is just too much.
I know. I hate yellow.
Right, hello.
To use a range of conjunctions suitable for a balanced argument.
Now, a balanced argument is an argument, so it's a debate, but there are 2 sides within the argument. So it's not just all positive reasons. There's positive, looking at both the positive and the negative reasons, so for and against reasons. So we could have an argument about who the best teacher is at the present time between me
we know who'd win
and
that.
Mrs. Gale. So we know that it'll be me. So we could write a balanced argument about it.
Debatable, because I'd have numerous negative reasons why she wouldn't be her.
You're lucky we're being filmed.
I know.
Right, so we know that last week you looked at conjunctions, a range of conjunctions including subordinating and fanboys.
Coordinating.
Okay? Coordinating. Thank you, Mrs. Gale.
Right.
So we've got fanboys. What was your action for fanboys?
Fan.
Fanboys.
Fan, it was fan.
And then I saw a rubber, and I do this. So we're not going to go through that again because we actually had a session on that last week. So these are the most common conjunctions that we use. But actually, for a balanced argument, we use different conjunctions. So we use additive conjunctions, contrastive conjunctions, and causal conjunctions. Okay, so these are in addition to the coordinating and subordinating. You don't need to know this for your grammar. We just need to know this for our writing.
I think it's good at this point here, Miss Mia, to just clarify
What the
what their
meanings
meanings are.
I mean, I am going to go through it on the slides.
Oh, are you? I'll find
So,
them. I don't know. It's good to see the slides beforehand.
right. So, let's have a look. Let's break it down and have a think about what each of these conjunctions could possibly mean. So, if you're actually listening and looking now, you might be able to see other words within these words that might give you some clues as to what these conjunctions do, the roles of them. So, we've got additive, contrastive, and causal. And we're just going to go through what they are, just one at a time. So, an additive conjunction is used to add another point. So if I said, I am the best teacher at the moment.
In addition to this, Mrs. Gale is also highly competent.
So you are using an additive conjunction to add extra information to your previous point. Okay?
And Miss Mia, you also mentioned earlier on in this, you said there were words within it that would give you a clue. So you've got this word add in additive, and it's to add another point there. Okay, so there's your link.
Okay, thank you very much. So examples, of additive conjunctions are also. So I'm going to say, you're going to say after me.
Okay.
Also.
Furthermore.
Moreover.
In addition.
In the same way.
In the same way.
Similarly.
Equally.
So all of these, if you start a sentence using any of these conjunctions, additive conjunctions, you're adding another point to a statement you've already made. Okay, so that's additive. Now, contrastive conjunctions are slightly different, and actually you might be able to see a word within the word contrastive. What word can you see, Mrs. Gale?
Oh, okay, so I can see the word contrast.
Okay, and what does contrast mean to you?
Well, if you have a contrast, it means like the opposite of something. So, Miss Mia is wearing green leggings. In contrast, Mrs. Gale is wearing boring grey leggings. You're looking at contrast. It's like the opposite. I used to wear like bright pink leggings when I wasn't working with her. But contrast means the opposite of something.
Okay, so if you have a look, it says to give a contrasting point or to give a different point. If we think about contrast, it's a different point to what's already been made. So here we've got some contrastive conjunction. So we've got however, on the other hand, on the contrary, yet, alternatively, in contrast, and although. And your reports are coming out soon, so you might actually see some of these additive conjunctions in your reports and actually these contrastive ones, because we might say something really positive, however, and make a different point to the previous sentence. Okay, so these are contrastive.
Shall I read them after you like we did previously?
Yeah, however.
Okay, so read with me at home. However.
On the other hand.
On the other hand.
On the contrary.
On the contrary.
Yet.
Yet.
Alternatively.
Alternatively.
In contrast.
In contrast.
And although.
Although.
Now, causal one is slightly more different because you can't really see a word within it. So we're just going to go through.
I can see part of the word.
Yeah, you can see part of it, but not all of it, can you?
No. Okay.
Let's be honest. Okay, so what is the definition and some examples? So a causal conjunction, a point that introduces another point. Okay, so it's different to an additive one. So an additive one adds another point to the point you've already made. A causal one is a point that introduces another point. Okay. So if we have a look, we've got some examples here. And I'm going to say it, and Mrs. Gale, you're going to say after me. Therefore.
Therefore.
Consequently.
Consequently.
Since.
Since.
Hence.
Hence.
As a result.
As a result.
Thus.
Thus.
For this reason.
For this reason.
So for example, if we're putting this into context, it might have Macbeth killed King Duncan. As a result, he felt incredibly guilty. So that is, the as a result is being used to introduce another point to the statement I've just made.
Yeah, and I also look at it in terms of, Miss Mia's absolutely right. The way I was looking at it is it's a cause. You can see C-A-U-S is the cause of something. So C-A-U-S-E. Because Macbeth killed King Duncan, as a result, the cause of that, the effect of that, is that he felt really guilty. So when you have a causal conjunction, it's the cause of something, what's happened as a result of that.
Okay. So all of these are actually on the school website, so you don't need to remember any of it, but the most important thing to remember are the different types of conjunction and what their purpose is in writing. Okay? So, are we ready to move on?
Yep, let's go.
Okay. So, we're going to I'm going to show you some examples of using the different types. So let's have a look. An additive. Remember, it adds another point. So Macbeth was responsible for Banquo's death. Equally, he was responsible for King Duncan's death. So we're adding 2 points together. Okay, so I've made one statement here, and I'm adding, using the word equally, the additive conjunction, and making another point. Okay? So that's one example there. Another example for contrastive, we've got this here. So giving a different view or a different opinion. So Lady Macbeth convinced Macbeth to commit the murder, however, so giving a different opinion, Macbeth is responsible for his own actions. So yes, we know that Lady Macbeth convinced Macbeth, but actually Macbeth is in charge of himself and his own actions. So we're using a contrastive there to give a different view. And then lastly, causal. So Malcolm and Donald Bain fled the castle. As a result, they will be the main suspect for King Duncan's death. So because they fled, that is going to cause them to be the main suspects for the king's death.
Let's just add a D in that Donald thing.
Oh, thank you, Mrs. Gale.
You're welcome.
Right, so hopefully, boys and girls, seeing it within a context really does help. Okay, and I'm not going to model anything else here because that will be your activity to do. So, gives you a little activity here. So using these three conjunctions, can you write 3 separate sentences based on what you already know about Macbeth? So they could be any 3 separate sentences about what you've read so far, what you've watched so far. If you need to go back onto the BBC BBC website and rewatch some of the animations, if you need to. And then we might type up some examples as well. So have a go yourself. And then we will type some up ourselves. So, Mr. Gale, I'm going to do an additive one first. Are you ready? Macbeth was crowned king. In addition, he held a banquet in his honour. Does that make sense? Yeah. So I've made a statement. So Macbeth was crowned king. In addition, so I'm making another point, he held a banquet in his honour.
So this one here is an additive conjunction, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, and the additive conjunction is what, Miss May?
In addition.
Yeah. Okay, so we just got that there. We'll just put that in bold. Okay, all right.
Okay, next one. Contrastive, so giving another point. So I'm thinking on the spot, boys and girls. Let's see. Right. Macbeth sent 2 murderers to kill Banquo. However, to kill Banquo and his son, and his son. However, they only managed to kill Banquo. Okay, so it's giving you a different point. So yes, I've made that statement. Macbeth sent 2 murderers. So sent 2 murderers to kill Banquo and his son. However, so giving a different point, they only managed to kill Banquo. So actually they didn't complete the job in its entirety. They actually managed to kill just 1 out of the 2. And then lastly, for the causal one, so I'm adding another point. I'm going to be adding another point. Let's have a look. So, after hearing about Banquo's death, Macbeth began to see his ghost since he was filled with guilt.
Consumed.
Yeah.
Okay, and Miss Mia, what is the causal?
Since. And that's telling you the cause of his guilt, because so after hearing about the death, Banquo's death, is a really good friend. Macbeth began to see his ghost. Well, what happened as a result, or what was the cause of it? Sorry, he was consumed with guilt. So those are 3 separate examples there. Thank you, Mrs. Gale, for typing.
No worries.
Okay, so hopefully that gives you a good indication as well. So your task then, boys and girls, is the following. Remember to start on bronze and then work your way through. So for bronze, you've got 3 different sentences, and you need to fill in the gaps using an additive conjunction. And you've got the additive conjunctions there, so you need to give it a go. Try your best. You can maybe have more than one answer for each one, okay? There's no right or wrong here, as long as you're using an additive conjunction.
And maybe try and pick 3 different ones.
Yeah, good idea. For silver, same thing. 3 separate sentences, completely different. So you use a contrastive conjunction. And then lastly, for gold, use a causal conjunction to complete the sentence. So not only are you using a causal conjunction, you also need to finish off the sentence. Okay, so for example here we've got Macbeth is shocked by the witch's revelations. As a result, he went and he wrote a letter to Lady Macbeth to inform her of the news. So actually you need to add another main clause to finish off and complete your sentence.
Yeah.
So boys and girls, hopefully that session has given you a bit of an understanding of other different conjunctions we can use in our writing. And these conjunctions we use especially when we're writing a balanced argument, to bring in those points, those different points, to add another point, or to give an opposing view and so on, or to show you the cause of a point. Okay?
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to say?
No, I think that's pretty clear, pretty self-explanatory.
Unlike what you've just said.
I know.
Right, so remember, all the work is up on the website, and the slides are on the website as well, so please do go on the school home learning section and give it a go.
Okay.
Right, see you guys.
Stay safe.
Bye.